If you're interested to know what the price is, I'm going to tell you that price right now. And then if you're signing off, please hit that like button. All right, so to build this deck, we charged the customer $8,800. The material was about $6,600. And that's because this was for Trex Spice Rum. It's a very higher end composite decking material, but it does look phenomenal. It holds up really well. And as you can tell in some of the photos there, it's gorgeous. All right, there's the answer to the thumbnail. If you enjoyed that quick answer, please hit that like button. I'm gonna go into all the details now for those of you who are interested in seeing a full material breakdown, as well as our typical hourly rate. It's a rough estimate. All right, let's get right to it. I'm going to discuss the full material list here with you guys. You're welcome to screenshot it if you want that information, but I am gonna go through every line, and then after this, I'll talk about the labor and the hours we spent on this project. First thing with composite decking is you have your choice between groove boards and square edge boards. We purchased 20-foot boards in both of these types. The groove boards were used on the inside of our decking, and the square edge, we used those as a picture frame border around the deck, as well as for our stairs. Thankfully, they're the same price per linear foot, so these boards were the exact same price. We then used hidden fasteners. Those are for the groove boards, 3 boxes of those. We used the screws and plugs, which are used for the square edge boards. Now, we did have some screws left at the end of the day, but it came with a 150 count pack. That was around $100. The fascia. The fascia has its their own boards. These are 12-foot boards, about $1,000 for 8 boards. It gets very expensive. Fascia has its own screws and plugs. It's something where if you don't want to do a color match fascia and you want to save either yourself or the customer money, you can look into doing a white PVC fascia. We've also not installed fascia before, and we don't think that looks as good, but it really depends on what the customer wants. Delivery for this project, thankfully, wasn't too much. It was $55. I've seen deliveries that are, $200. It really depends on what you're getting and where it's going. We did purchase pressure treated. So the PT there means pressure treated. So we purchased lumber for blocking and lumber for our railing posts. The lag screws we used for our blocking and our pressure treated posts that hold up the railing. We then used deck tape. Now I purchased a large box of this deck tape and we only used a couple rolls for this project. So that's why with these formulas or within this cell, I kind of take the total price and divide it by the quantity of rolls, and then I'm multiplying it by the total of rolls used. So I have, essentially an equation there that just tells me what the price per roll would have been. And then on future jobs, I'll be pricing in those additional rolls. I don't want to bill an entire box of deck tape on this one. The railing kits, this was Trex Vintage Lantern for the railing style or color. It was 6-foot sections, both for the straight areas and the stair railings. You do need specific stair kits for your stairs. You can't just purchase a regular one and angle it because there's different cuts for the balusters. And then pretty much we had our post sleeves, our skirts, and our solar caps. The customer wanted nice solar caps, and I think that what they went with was really nice. That's essentially all the material that's used for a retread like this. It's not nearly as much as the material list for a full brand new deck or a new porch. But if you want to see videos like that, please subscribe because I'm going to have new videos coming out with anything and everything for all the projects we're currently doing. We're finishing up a porch right now. When that's done, I'd like to do videos on both, how it's done every step of the way, and then videos on every little bit of the pricing, both again for DIYers and for people like me that are new contractors or people that are just learning to see what things actually cost. Now, with every job, there are additional expenses such as vehicle gas, saw blades, and tool like drill bits. Make sure to add that stuff in if you're a contractor or have a tool cost for every job. And finally, the moment some of you have been waiting for, what was the hourly rate for this job? How many hours were spent doing it? If you're looking to do this yourself or for a customer, you're roughly looking at 36 to 40 hours for a retread like this, and that was with 2 people. We, believe it or not, we're actually doing this on weeknights and weekends because we currently have full-time jobs. We did 4 hours on a Friday, 8 hours on a Saturday, 12 hours on a Sunday. That was a long day. We did 4 hours on a Wednesday and finished up the job. I did include driving here for 4 hours, and that's because this place was a little further away, and you account for an hour each time you're going out there. And then the repair was 4 hours. It was about a 3-hour repair plus the time driving. And then the way you could break this down, so we each made about $1,000 doing this retread. So $2,000 to the customer, $1,000 per person. When you're looking at all the hours, if you look at all the hours, including your driving, it's about 27 to 28 an hour. If you don't include the driving, with work, when you're working for your job or somebody else and you're driving to work, you don't really include that in your hourly. So if you don't want to include the driving, it's about 31 an hour. And if we don't include the driving and the fact we had to go back for a repair, then we would have been making $35 an hour, which I think would be great. Let me know in the comments what you guys think is a fair hourly price. We'll catch you in the next video. Subscribe to see more things like this. And let me know if there's something in this video you didn't see. That way in the next video where I talk about pricing for the current projects we're doing, that way I can talk about that and elaborate more. Thank you guys for checking out this video. If you enjoyed it, please hit that like button. Please subscribe if you want to see more content like this. I'm happy to share all the information with all the construction jobs we do. We'll see you in the next video.